You are about to embark on the Great Crusade, towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well trained, well equipped, and battle hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. Much has happened since the Nazi triumphs of 1940 to 41. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeats, in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength of the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelmingly superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage and devotion to duty and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Sergeant Frank Draper, Jr., A Company, 116th Infantry Regiment, 29th Division, born April 15, 1920, in Culpeper County, Virginia. Died June 6, 1944.
30 seconds!
Captain John Miller, A Company, 116th Infantry Regiment, 29th Division, born October 4th, 1915, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Died June 6, 1944. Private First Class Adrian Caparzo, A Company, 116th Infantry Regiment, 29th Division, was born December 8, 1919, in Greensboro, New Jersey. Died June 6, 1944.
20 seconds!
Private Stanley Mellish, A Company, 116th Infantry Regiment, 29th Division, born June 27, 1921, in Dallas, Texas. Died June 6, 1944.
All right, man. 1 man's a waste of ammo. 5 men's an opportunity. Once this bulkhead opens, you don't stop till you reach the end of the beach. All right, good luck, man. I'll see you there. Go!
Dear Mom, we invaded Europe yesterday. As we came down the ramp, we were in water about knee-high, and we started to do what we were trained to do, move forward, and then crouch and fire. One of the problems was that we didn't quite know what to fire at. I saw some tracers coming from a concrete emplacement, which looked to be mammoth. I never anticipated any gun emplacements being that big. I attempted to fire back at that, but I had no concept of what was going on behind me. There was not much to see in front of me except a few houses, and the water kept coming in so rapidly, and the fellows I was with were being hit and put out of action so quickly that it had become a struggle to stay on one's feet. I abandoned my equipment, which was very heavy. I floundered in the water and had my hand up in the air, trying to get my balance, when I was first shot. I was shot through the left hand, which broke a knuckle, and then through the palm of the hand. I felt nothing but a little sting at the time, but I was aware that I was shot. Next to me in the water, Private Henry G. Witt was rolling over towards me. Sergeant, they're leaving us here to die like rats, just to die like rats. I certainly wasn't thinking the same thing, nor did I share that opinion. I didn't know whether we were being left or not. I made my way forward as best I could. My rifle jammed, so I picked up a carbine and got off a couple rounds. We were shooting at something that seemed inconsequential. There was no way I was going to knock out a German concrete emplacement with a .30 caliber rifle. I was hit again, once in the left thigh, which broke my hip bone, and a couple of times in my pack, and then my chin strap on my helmet was severed by a bullet. I worked my way up onto the beach and staggered up against a wall and collapsed there. The bodies of the other guys washed ashore, and I was the only live body amongst many of my friends who were dead, and in many cases blown to pieces. Private James Wade.
Dear Patrick, we proceeded toward the beach, and many of the fellows got sick. The water was quite rough. It was a choppy ride in, and we received a lot of spray. Our boat was one of 6 of A Company in the first wave. When we got to the beach, or close to it, the obstacles erected by the Germans to prevent the landing were fully in view, as we told they would be, and which meant the tide was low. I was the rifle sergeant and followed Lieutenant Anderson off the boat, and we did what we could rather than what we had practiced doing for so many months in England. There was a rather wide expanse of the beach, and the Germans were not to be seen at all, but they were firing at us rapidly. Your loving brother, Sergeant Henry Stiller.